Give it a few seconds, see if anyone comes and joins us. Hopefully, not on real long tonight. Kind of been a busy week all around. Hey, Area 51, how you doing? Yeah, I've done a couple of lives from my Roundup Rodeo channel, and I got to hang out with a buddy of mine, guy by the name of Desert Wolf Armory. The other day we kicked it, and we kind of sat down and talked about things and went running around doing some errands and running to the store and stuff, and pretty much had a blast of a day. We made a video while I was down there. It's quite a bit of fun. But anyway, what you been up to, Area 51? I've got like a whole list of people's videos to get caught up on. I've been kind of a little out of the pocket, get pulled away by work stuff and other things, and it just kind of becomes a huge mess after a while. Man, I hear that working and playing video games. That's about the story of my life. Haven't really. I've got like a lot of video I need to put together, edit. I just really have not felt like doing it. It's kind of I don't know, you just kind of get in these funks where you don't want to. I don't say you don't want to do things, but you just kind of you just get a little, I don't know, not burnout. Maybe burned out is the word I'm looking for. Yeah, I hear you. Allergies are real bad up here. I can't remember where you're at, Area 51. I'm in Oklahoma, and it's just, man, sneeze your ever loving head off. Roswell, New Mexico. That's right. Can't remember. I've got a buddy over Rio Rancho, and he's always talking about herping in New Mexico and stuff. I want to get over there sometime soon, and do some herping. Well, what part of Texas are you originally from? Man, I love Texas. I love the entire Southwest, man. Anywhere rattlesnakes are going to be, I'm going to probably be in love with the place. Anyway, and I just kind of felt like doing a live over here. Man, I tell you, I really like San Antonio and the Lubbock area. Not a lot of experience in Corpus Christi. I get to Texas, generally I'm heading west. Although, there's some like crazy indigo snakes in the Corpus Christi area, if I remember correct. I want to say there's some down there in that area. I've always meant to go down there and look for them, and I just don't ever get over that way. Now, I want to say they've also got some Atrox down on that eastern side of the state. Boa Man Rat Snake Lover, how you doing, bud? Good to see you, man. It's been a while. I've been doing a lot of shorts lately just because like there's no editing, there's no think about the audio on this, think about that. It's just been easy to do shorts, I'll say that. And I've been off the internet for a couple months. I was kind of just right before you came in, Bowman. I was kind of talking about the same thing. Like, I wouldn't say I've been off the internet, but I sure haven't been producing videos like I would like to do. And the field herping has been kind of slow in this area. We had a real brutal hot summer, and just now temperatures dropped. And so I'll probably be out there this week shooting more stuff. I did try to pet an armadillo the other night. I went out in one place and I found a county record Atrox. I'm probably not going to say anything about it. I'd like to get my scientific collector's permit, but even then, I don't know that I'd want this locality listed because this would be such a rare area, such a rare find that I don't even know that I want to bring attention to it. Inchy spot-nosed clown, oh shit, if he does pied. I don't know what that makes. I know what an inchy is. I know what a pied is. I would say sort of. I'm definitely not a ball python expert by any means. I was down there talking desert wolf, and he showed me one kind of morph. It was like black, but it had like a gold stripe down its back. Really crazy looking bald python. Did he call it a tiger? I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Hell, don't quote him on that. But we were talking about that and kind of kicking it a little and talk about some other things. And man, I hope you get a lock out of that Area 51. I really do. I always like seeing people do well with their projects and stuff, even though I do more of the field herping end. I used to keep like a ton of animals. Like I had ball pythons, Burmese pythons, different monitors, iguanas. Probably my favorite of all the lizards were the Sudanese plated lizards. I want to say they used to be Gyrosaurus major. I don't know if they've changed their taxonomy or anything. But I had some of those. They're pretty wicked cool. Live, how you doing, man? Good to see you. What's been up with you, Live? I've been following your live streams too, whenever you do them. I never can catch them when they go live. For some reason, I'm just not in a place where I can catch them. We usually go in the morning. Area 51, that's too much genetics for me. That went right. I mean, kind of understand what you're saying, but I kind of don't. You know what, Bowman? What I really liked is the old yellow rat snakes. I think they're part of the eastern rat snake family now. I think they got reclassified, but they used to be just known as yellow rat snakes. And those were just, I just thought those were just neat. I wouldn't even mind getting into them. Again, at some point in the future. But I had one. It was a beautiful snake. Yeah, and I don't know if there was a difference between the yellow rat snake and the Everglades rat snake. It seems like the taxonomy changes back and forth so much that it's hard to stay on top of it. I learned something, man. It's locked in for 5 to 10 years. Clown and Pider says, okay, gotcha. Area 51. That kind of cleared up some stuff in my head. Work has you busy, live. Understand that. Understand that totally. I would say I really had a good time taking a day off and going and hanging with a desert wolf. I think I'm gonna drop a link to his newest video in the chat because I really hope that people hit on this video because he's kind of giving me a shout out in it. Probably more than likely I have a live this weekend here playing catch up. I got you live. Yeah, the classic yellow rats, man. They're just, that yellow pattern, two, three black stripes, and those red eyes. Just love them. Just love them. They already had one lock already. Man, good stuff. Area 51, good stuff. Like I said, I don't do a lot of that captive stuff anymore, but I always like to see people who reach their goals, and I definitely support it, by the way. I mean, I just kind of getting to where I'm just like, I don't say too old, but like, I just don't, I don't say I don't want to say that I don't, I just don't like the whole maintenance and husbandry aspect. I'd rather be out in the wilderness, even if I'm not finding stuff. You get older, you have limited time, you get married, you get tied down. Don't want to say it too loudly, don't want anyone to hear me, but you get married, really cuts into your herping time. Live freedom, I'm going to be real interested in that. That's got me worked up personally. A lot of people aren't considering everything that goes on with that. I've been breaking it down for some people close to me and saying, hey, here's what, that's going to lead to. Catbird, glad to see you. Fave is the Trans-Pecos. I've seen wild caught ones, but I've never seen one. I've never herped one, I'll say that I remember. Used to spend probably around 2010, 2011, I spent a lot of time in West Texas, down there in the Big Bend area. I might have seen one and forgot I saw it, but a lot of people go down there to chase Alterna. I always was down there to chase crotalids. Catbird, glad you stopped in tonight, man. Good to see you. Area 51, why did you never get into herping, man? Herping. See, that's why I like herping. You get to enjoy the snakes, interact with them, take some pictures, then just send them on their way. I mean, I definitely, I did work in a zoo. Definitely have had captive stuff before. To me, nothing beats, flipping rocks or, road cruising and finding something in the wild. It's just really, really crazy. Lou B, how are you doing? Where are you at, Lou? Are you stateside or you out of the country? You had to relocate a skunk this past weekend. Oh God, that sucks live. I've done that. I am here. I am dropping a link in the chat to a video by a friend of mine named Desert Wolf Armory. I met up with him earlier this week and got to kick it. I definitely am going to appreciate you guys checking this video out, because even though he's already got hella views on it, because the guy's got like 200,000 subscribers, he kind of gives me a shout out. So I'm kind of definitely appreciate you guys hitting on that. Area 51, glad you stopped in, man. Sorry I ain't been around your channel. I haven't been around a lot of people's channel, but nothing personal. I need to go get caught up on some stuff. And keep us posted on that project, man, because we'll be keeping our fingers crossed for you, Area 51. Yeah, you're in SoCal. How did the skunk relocation go, Life Freedom? That happens, Area 51. Believe me, I know. I kind of feel the same way about mine a lot of the times. I'll tell you this. Hey, Lou, while you're here, real funny Phil Herpin story. I go cruise this road south of Tulsa County. It's just one of my hot spots. Conditions absolutely perfect for snake movement. I'm thinking I'm going to see a lot of common stuff, maybe one or two rare things. In that area, you get a lot of copperheads, cottonmouths, western pygmy rattlesnakes. And some of my close inner circle know about this. But I saw a crotolid that is not listed in this county on this road a week before. So I decided to go back as similar conditions. I figured maybe I can see another one. Got like 20 seconds of video of it. Got to be careful how I release that video too, because I really don't want people catching on to the fact that they're there. Because those people will they'll go down there and kill them and stuff, or they'll look for them to kill them. I mean, kind of a rough area. Anyway, go back down that road, hit the same road. This has been a road I'd have taken you on if and when you get out here. I see like 2 different armadillos. That's like all I see. That and what I think was like either a black cat or like house cat, not black. Everyone thinks they see black panthers in Oklahoma. It doesn't happen. It's either that or small feral hog. I know it wasn't like a raccoon. It's black and it had fur and it moved. Could have been a woodchuck or something. Could have been a melanistic woodchuck. That'd have been funny. Anyway, all I see are these armadillos. So I figure, stop the truck, 0 traffic on the road, 0. Really bummed I didn't see snakes, because it would have been perfect night to photograph them and not have any interference. So I figured, armadillos are kind of dense. I figured I'm going to get up on them and see how close I can get to an armadillo. And I figured get some footage of this, because even though it's not the kind of thing you want in a field herping video, it might make for some funny B-roll. Someone might be entertained by it somewhere. So I'm walking up to this armadillo, going, "Hey, buddy, I'm your friend. I like all animals." Let's go try and pet it if it let me get close enough. Get within about a foot and a half of it. I think they don't see good at night. Or maybe they don't see good, period. But you get within about 2 feet of them. They're just kind of like minding their own business. But they're these little tanks, and they can just burrow right into the ground where they're at. I mean, they can literally ball up and, burrow into, or dig into the ground, I should say. And it's one of their defense techniques, and they have a really tough, not shell, but it looks like a shell. So they're really probably not that scared of much, but I got within like a foot of each of them, and man, they'd take off. Boom, just start running. It's kind of like they don't even know you're there until you like get within a few feet of them. I think so too, Bo, man. And I just figured, man, rough night, nothing else going on. Might as well, go out and film some stuff or film what you see. That's why I've been doing a lot of shorts with like bugs and stuff that I find around my house. Just really been a busy time. I tell you, if any younger people are watching this now or in the future, when you build your dream house when you're older, it will take a solid 2 years out of your life. Building your own house, and not me doing the building, but like the contractor doing the building, but all the this and that and getting this squared away, it'll take a solid 2 years out of your life. And that's about what it is. And so I've been at home more this year than last year. And my gosh, last year was pathetic. I'll tell you this much. I've got herping trips from last year that I need to get edited and put into video and get out. One thing that I've been working on is keeping my shorts going, because I'm not really a big fan. When Iron Dog first told me I needed to do some, I was like, no, man, dude, I don't want to do that. Catbird, I understand, man. Thank you for stopping in. Really enjoyed your latest. Go check out Catbird's channel. He got some northern, some northern Pacific rattlesnakes starting to mate. Really cool thing that you don't see often. And he's in an area where they're even hard to find, this period. Catbird, always good having you around, man. Thank you for stopping by. So, Bo, man, you're going to do the eastern black rats, or the east? I think you said eastern black rats. I think you should do the eastern yellow rats, and send some to me. I'll pay freight. Man, live, I tell you, I'm not trying to complain about being married, but like, literally, you get the honeydew lists and stuff, and it's just like, you're like this. The best way I can explain it is field herping is kind of like fishing. People don't go out and fish in the middle of the day when it's 110 degrees outside. Why? Because nothing bites then. You go out early in the morning, later in the evening, starts cooling off. So that's when the activity occurs. It's kind of the same with herping. You want to be out there when stuff is moving. Snakes have evolved to not be seen. I mean, this is why snakes are such incredibly successful species throughout their habitats, throughout their regions. They're very, very good at not being detected. And so, it's like you have something like, this fence guy's coming over to set up the fence, or, fix the fence or do something. And, I've got to be here for that kind of stuff. I don't want to leave that on the wife. I get the feeling if I did leave that on the wife, I'd be more in the doghouse than I stay. And I stay there. Believe me, I stay there quite a bit. You already own a female captive bred eastern black rat. Okay. Where's the video of this, Boa Man? Boa Man, where's the video of this? Boa Man, message me on Instagram when you get a second. Now, it'll take me a few hours to get back to you, and it may not even be till like later tomorrow. But message me, because, man, I've got some ideas, and you just brought some stuff up. Yeah, I know you've been slacking on videos, you slacker. Come on, man. Give us some Boa Man. Dude, you've been around YouTube as long as I have. You've been around since 2009, 2010. God, I remember when you was... Dude, I remember when you were a kid, man. No lie. I wasn't much of an adult back then either. I was like a lot younger, could walk a lot farther, could do a lot more hiking. But man, we've been knowing each other for well over 10 years. I guarantee you. Matter of fact, I know it was at least 2010, 2011 when I found you. Throw up some videos and man, leave them up a while. If you're getting hate in the comments, turn the comments off, bro. Or go into YouTube Studio and program certain words to not show up. That's kind of what I've done with some things. It's like and Live Freedom can tell you all about that too. He can tell you that you sometimes have to just block certain words, certain phrases, and sometimes certain people. Man, that's what I do. I start getting hate on anything. I'm kind of like, if you don't like my videos, please just don't watch them. If you want to drop hateful comments, you can. But generally, I've got some pretty good admins and people with wrenches. And then I keep an eye out. I check my comments generally pretty often. And I'm just like, man, okay, you don't like this about me? Or you thought I did this and you thought it was horrible? Well, here, let me, hide user from channel. Bam, they're gone. They are gone. And sometimes you don't really want to do that because sometimes your haters are like your biggest supporters in a way, because they'll watch you just to see what you do, and then they'll criticize. And man, like Desert Wolf, I put his video in the chat again. I'm really counting on some people to hit that. A matter of fact, nothing personal against anyone. You'd be doing me more good if you'd hit this video than hang out this live. I'm not trying to run anybody off. Desert Wolf Armory. Guy has a huge following, and he's always been there to help out. People like him, people like Smet Logic Herping, people like Lou B, man. Great friends to have when building a YouTube channel, YouTube community. I just, with him giving me a shout out and me getting a bump in subs, I'm kind of glad he did it, because it's going to make me get off my butt and edit some video and get some field herping stuff out. I've done that a few times, Freedom. I'll probably do that again, because that video is like important. If you go to my like community page, you'll see it in the studio. Boy, man, when I was younger, like when I was the head of RAR and all that was going on, and people were hating on me left and right. People were finding out where I worked and getting me fired and stuff. And man, dude, I had more hate coming in than anybody. And back then I was like, ah ha ha. Nah, maybe you got to me here, but I'll blow that off and do something else, and I'll get you back. And these days it kind of does bother me. It's like it doesn't bother me like I have a meltdown, go cry in my freaking safe space or something like that. But it's like, if you don't want to watch my channel, haul butt, man. Hit up my friend Lou B. Buy a ticket on his plane, man. Fly to Singapore. Don't come back. And that's another thing, Live Freedom, is a lot of it is just noise. The guy I'm hanging with in this video I'm pumping, everyone's always criticizing him because his water bowls are empty. He waters all of his desert species about once a week. Now think about species that live in the Sonoran Desert. how often do they see water? Like if you have a Mojave rattlesnake, western diamondback rattlesnake, or sidewinder, Crotalus cerastes, how often do they drink water? They get monsoons down there like once or twice a year, from what I know, and then a little bit of moisture in the winter. Luby, you could tell us more about Arizona than anybody. We were talking about your channel and some of your videos too. We were down there, we were hanging out, kicking it, watching some of your videos. And he was telling me about places like he had been where you had herped and stuff, and the one place where everybody writes their name in the book. It's good stuff. But yeah, in the end, hate is just noise. Don't let it get to you. Block them. And, they can always, start another Gmail account and then come back and harass you then. But then you block them again. After a time or two, people aren't that persistent. They really aren't. They want to do what's done. They want to come and spout off, and if the moment it takes work, they're like out. I mean, a lot of haters are, to me, just really lazy. But anyway, yeah, Luby, I was really bummed that I want to see Pemberton Boys release the first video from the Oklahoma cruise trip to Southeast Arizona. I was supposed to be on that. I was supposed to be on that excursion. It literally crushed me that I was not. One, Pemberton Boys, Snakes on the Plains, those are just stellar, top of the world kind of guys to be around, hang out with. They're great people, and then they're really good herpers too. They're all about 10 years younger than me. That whole crew's about 10 years younger than me. So they can find it. And Pemberton Boys, man, that guy's getting all kinds of hits on his channel, but he's really, really good with the editing. Can't say enough good about Pemberton Boys or Snakes on the Plains. Both of them are pretty good editors. Pemberton Boys, he does a lot of stuff with drones, GoPros, and then basic kind of stock footage type stuff. He really brings it all together really well. I still need to get some video to use sometime, Lou, because I'll never forget what you said about you would edit some video for me. I'd like to see what you come up with. Just because, man, and that's another thing me and Desert were talking about. We watched your video where Sherry sees the Mojave, gets out of the car, walks up to it, and stuff, and just kind of like, this is the kind of stuff that keeps people engaged for a longer video. Which video length is important when you're doing YouTube kind of stuff. I mean, it just is. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna probably hang it up here pretty quick. I just wanted to jump on and say, yeah, I'm gonna be working on some new videos soon. I've got a couple of scorpions that are doing like mating combat. It should be a little fun, maybe a little shorter video. Not a shorts video, but like probably under 10 minutes for sure. And I'll probably kick that one out next. But like I said, literally, I've got a couple of field herping trips from last year that I just need to edit and bring together. And it is what it is. You kind of get in these modes when you're creating stuff on YouTube where, doing things once or twice a week is really ideal. But, when you're a field herper, you have maybe 4 to 6 months of the year where you can't do much of anything. So you rely on stuff you did in the past or stuff you set back. I just released a video tonight that was like an abbreviated version of my trip to the rattlesnake den with snakes on the plains. Really, really cool day. I mean, we saw like 15, 16 atrox and one ground snake. Ground snakes are really, really cool. I think I like ground snakes more than milk snakes, and they're ultra fun to flip because you might find four of them under the same rock, and each one's a different color variation. That's why they call them variable ground snakes. That's their official common name. It's because they can be striped around their body, or they can have the rings around their body. They can be striped up the back of their body. They can be this color, that color, all the same species. So anyway, milks are cool. I know a lot of people in Oklahoma are into milk snakes, and I don't blame them. They're really cool snakes. But I kind of dig I dig those sonoras, the variable ground snakes. But gang, I'll get some new videos coming up, and and I appreciate people stopping in this live. But man, I've got some videos of some eastern milk snakes on this channel. And an old friend of mine brought them to me a few years back from, I want to say it was from Pennsylvania. They were doing construction work or something, and I don't know if he's supposed to bring them. Like, I don't know if they're supposed to leave the state. I don't know if they're protected up there or what, but old news now. But he was just like, man, these things are going to get killed. They were going to get bulldozed where they're at, so I just snagged them and brought them to you. I've got those videos on my channel. They're ways back. But the eastern milk snakes are really pretty. We get some really crazy ones out here in Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado. Really interesting. I think they're probably on par with like the northern Missouri, southern Illinois ones. Just my thought. There's my blooper for the day. What did I do live? God, now you're scaring me live. Yeah, I've been working on something else. Upload. Gotcha. Yeah, red milk snakes are pretty awesome. And we're like there's parts of Oklahoma which is like the furthest western range of the scarlet snakes. And you can only find them about 2 or 3 weeks out of the year. And they are not easy. They're the one all the good field herpers out here struggle with nailing those down. And I've been there when someone else found one, like they were working the road and I was like on one end and they were on the other, and they're like, man, pay dirt, go running. That video's on my channel. And sadly, it was not my find. I still need to mark a scarlet snake off my list. But gang, anyway, drop this link one more time. It's Desert Wolf Armory. Now, I'm going to do this. Not safe for work. Desert Wolf Armory, dude's a hoot. His commentary alone is pretty... I think it's funny. Some people don't. Some people absolutely hate the guy. He doesn't sweat it. He's the way he is on camera, same way he is off camera. So, man, definitely, please hit that video for me because, like I said, I get some serious shout-out action in that video, and I'm kind of wanting to get this channel pushed towards monetization. My Roundup Rodeo channel monetized. You guys that have been around know the story. I had one video really took off. Then I lost the monetization on that particular video alone. The rest of the channel's still monetized, but hell, no one's watching it. I think more people are seeing my videos over here. More of like the field herping gang, the people that appreciate the kind of stuff I'll do. I think more people are seeing videos over here, and I don't know if it's just they found this and so they started watching this channel. So I think I'm going to keep on pushing this channel, see where it takes me. Because I doubt I would ever lose monetization on this channel. There's very little controversial stuff on this channel. My roundup footage and documentation, all that stuff can be really controversial. A lot of it can be downright offensive. And offensive to me too, because, I mean, I'm a snake lover. I think these critters need to be left alone. Yeah, he does, Boa Man. And pass on a little secret, some of that stuff he gets from me. Like that copperhead that's in that video, the link I'm dropping, under a neighbor of mine's house. I just kept it around. I just figured, heck, throw it a mouse, every week, and and normally I don't. Normally I like to catch and release, but sometimes like you catch something in an area, it's like you can't let it go in the same area, because just people will be watching, and if it's close to where people live, the snake's just going to get killed anyway. And the moment you drop it off, I mean, someone's going to come along and whack it. It's kind of a sad state of affairs, the world we live in. People all the time move out into nature, and then they have problems with the fact that nature's there. I get a lot of scorpions in my swimming pool out back, and wife's always griping about it. But I'm just like, we moved to a place that was made of rock. Scorpions love to hide under rocks. We got a lot of rocks here. And so in turn, we're going to have a lot of scorpions. Live Freedom, hey, I'm looking forward to your next live. I might try to hit over to the Discord later. I might. Might see if you're around, and if you're not, dude, don't go on my account. But if you're around and hanging out, that would be cool. If not, no worries. Copperheads are so common here, Boa Man. I know people who will kill 20 of them, and the next year they'll see another 20. It's just like you literally can't get rid of them. In eastern Oklahoma, if you've got the habitat, you're going to have the copperheads. Not so much for things like your rattlesnakes, stuff like that. Those things get eradicated in spots and they get taken out. Copperheads, it's just like the more you kill, the more they breed. I agree. I try to respect scorpions. I ordered a huge pair of tweezers. These are like 28-inch long tweezers, like that you would use for feeding tongs, from Animal Equipment by Stoney, guy named Stoney McDonald. Guy produces some amazing equipment. He was one of the first field hook makers back in the day. He's been around a long time. I mean, he's back in the 70s, 80s. He was putting out snake equipment with, I want to say, Furman Diversified. But anyway, I got those big tweezers so I could snag scorpions, pop them in a critter keeper. We just have the striped bark scorpions here. There's no demand for them. They're definitely very, very common. They're kind of like Texas brown tarantulas. They're all over the place. But what do? You can't let one just hang out in your house. I'll say that. You have to either relocate them and pitch them outside, or, relocate them, if you catch my drift. We get the same centipedes here. Boa Man, I've got shorts on my channel of some of those. And the backyard wildlife video. I've got a Scolopendra heros, I believe it is, which is the giant red-headed... I think the common name that they go by here is desert redhead centipede. Pretty sure heros is the same species, though. Scolopendra being the genus. Arizona bark scorpions are some of my favorite inverts. I Totally agree. I like I like stuff that I can't see in my backyard. I mean, the stuff you can see in your backyard is nice, but I like to see that other stuff. Hey, thank you for that, Boa Man. I always appreciate your support. Don't always get to your comments right away, because like sometimes like they get I don't know what's going on with YouTube's comments, but like sometimes like I'll see where you, Boa Man, or Life Freedom commented on something like 4 days afterwards, and used to I would get a notification that day. Now like I'm not getting notifications at all. I kind of think it's a YouTube wide problem. I'm not gonna get personal about it, but guys, thank you for running by, checking out this live. I appreciate the heck out of it. Don't have much else to say, so I'm going to go ahead and kill it. Thank you guys. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. I'm going to edit this live so that people can leave me comments afterwards. And gang, in closing, please make sure you check out this video from Desert Wolf Armory. I just really want that video to get the same kind of views as other videos get, just because it's going to help me grow my channel. Hey, shameless self-endorsement, shameless self-plug, you know, whichever. Bowman, you have a good night. Matthew Radford, how you doing? Matthew, I think I have a doctor's appointment on Monday, so I do not know that Monday's going to work. I'm just getting ready to jump off this live, but we definitely can hook up sometime this next week. I just don't know which day, but I'm kind of excited to see what you've got planned, because knowing you, it'll be good. Yeah, definitely. We'll chat tomorrow. I'll be around, man. But gang, I'm gonna say goodnight. Once again, not safe for work. Bam. Desert Wolf Armory. The guy's a trip. You may not like him. You may not want to sub to his channel. I would encourage you to sub to his channel. At least watch this one video for sure. I told him if he gives me a shout out, I'll definitely plug his video for him. He had to remove some of his videos a while back because just, I don't know, but some of them had 20 million views. And, that's kind of painful. When you have a YouTube channel, you have to do that. So, no way, Masty. Glad to see you in here. Sad that you're coming in at the end. If you want to, you can replay it after it repopulates. I've got to go. Like I said, I'm real behind on a lot of people's videos, so I got to get caught up. It's nothing personal. If you see this, you're watching this later, say, there he is doing a live. Why hasn't he watched my latest video? Trust me, I'm on my way. I know who supports me, and they know that I've got their back. But gang, thank you for watching tonight. You guys have a good Saturday, and live, I'm glad it's the weekend for you. Might see you around in a bit.